One, who did you guys think was the MVP? Of our choices, we have Ganwian in the top lane. We have Mr. Real JLP in the jungle. Guy Fieri in the mid lane. Jirachi and Mr. Matt in the bot lane. Honestly, my vote goes to Jirachi. There's some pretty good scaling, pretty good root picks. And also, just the comfortability on Senna is pretty big. I too am gonna step away briefly, but you hang in there. If champs start getting picked, Keegan's on it.
All right. Happy to talk about the Senna ban.
Well, I'm back, but I'm not seeing anything
yet.
happening.
Nothing yet. So, in the meantime, do you follow LCS?
I don't at all, but clue me in. What's going on?
That's the problem. I don't. I really, really want to this season. So I'm really excited the games start tomorrow. Because it's the first season that I'm like, I am sitting down day one and watching the shit out of the LCS. And I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
All I know is that Yankos is a jungler and the highest paid person in the league, so I should probably like him.
I suppose.
I know nothing about him. I hope he's a good dude, but he gets paid 10,000 more than the next highest paid person, and he plays jungle. So good enough for me.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah, dude's salary is 410,000.
Wow.
Isn't that just amazing? Just for being good at clicking. Good for him.
Ganwian says he loves you.
I love Ganwian.
Aww. Guys.
Dude's such a good guy. Sanofnia.
Sanofnian. Hashtag Cree Keegan. Well, I mean, we got time. I could go get Heidi and hang out with Heidi. No.
Heidi?
My corgi.
Oh, your corgi?
Yeah.
You love that. Where is my dog? Hello. Very stupid. Hi, baby. Boy. Well, she's giving me the eyes. She's upset that I woke her up from her nap.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. Drink. missing love. There. I have a Twitch emote that's a picture of her.
As of right now, MVP for Game 1 is Jirachi with 2 votes. So if you want to add your spice to the savory mix of votes we have, go vote over at that link at the straw poll. Show us Heidi, or we make one game for 10 years and then finally make more. What are you, Riot? Okay, I'll go Crabber. Since we're just waiting on Champ Select. Okay, and back and Champ Select is also starting, so we'll do both. Okay, so we see a Swain band starting it off. Heidi, cast. Go for it.
You do it!
Good job.
God, she's so cute.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I love her.
Oh my gosh.
She is a unit.
She is.
Can
She's
I-
like solid chunk.
Do I have any way to show you? I wish I could like webcam share through Discord so we could get Double Dog up in here. A Double Dog.
She's such a good
situation.
sport. So we see a Sivir ban coming down from B.O.B. We see a Caitlyn ban, Lux ban, and a Malphite ban. No Senna ban, okay? That's interesting. You would think that we'd see the Senna ban. Morgana again. Just having too fun. Too much fun. I'm having more than one fun, actually. My cam isn't really set up for good puppiness either. I see the Leona pick again from Blog, and Aphelios again from Bob. Pretty strong choices across the board.
Yeah, not shocking. I mean, if Elios did a good job, I just think he didn't have the team comp to support him, so he ended up dying quite a bit. Just
Yeah,
to those
I think
backline
the
dives.
bot lanes were both solid on Blog and Bob. If anything, it seemed to be like the roams and just the outplay potential with the junglers that really caused things to happen. But then again, that's just direct camera. We didn't see too much of the bot lane, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I will never forgive directed camera for showing a Stuart standing in a bush while someone died mid lane. I'm so angry.
Okay, dog's gone. That's enough of that nonsense.
My dog immediately fell back asleep on the floor.
That's adorable.
She came in the room and was like, I'm out.
So now we
This
see
ain't
a
it.
Braum coming down from Mr. Jabberwock. See the Diana again from B.O.B. And a Nivea, probably from Ganwian, if I had to guess. Ooh, Uber Clay Rampage. What type of breed is your dog? Is it a mutt? Is there some specific breed? Let me know.
My idiot. or yours?
Okay.
'Cause yours is
You
very
too.
clearly
Let
a
me know
corgi.
what your doggo is.
My dog is an Australian Shepherd.
Ooh, what a beautiful dog.
And a big dumb idiot.
Big dumb idiot. Mine's a dummy too.
Most herding breeds are. They just have too much energy. They don't know
Lab
what to do with
mix.
it.
He's a big one, 80 pounds. Holy cow! Talk about a unit.
Boy. Willow is not a big one. She's very, very small for her breed.
So here we see a Mordekaiser ban, the Echo ban, and Jarvan 4 ban. Excellent picks by Blog, looking to take that away from Bob. Now that they're on blue side, it looks like they're not going to be running Jarvan. Not running Jarvan in the jungle because Bob took it off the table. And they banned the Echo, so that lets the Anivia through. Pretty good AoE comp from Blog in the making if they wish to take the Amumu again in the jungle. Could be pretty strong for them. Pig, dumb, and happy. And of course, a Trundle banned from Blog. We see Amumu picked up by Bob. Makes sense. Biscuit Hat is enjoying the Amumu jungle. The presence as well as the team fight capabilities. And we see the Yorick yet again from Blog. Very
Also
smart
not
pick.
shocking.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm shocked about here is that the Senna got through.
So is it maybe going to be Fleeing Panda on the Anivia then? It's an interesting pick, I've got to say. And an Olaf, okay. So Blog is just leaning into the kill.
Right? I would be surprised to see them give the Anivia over to Panda. But
Really? I
Some
mean,
stranger things.
he had Ganwian on the Yorick last time. I think. We'll see, I guess. This is all speculation
Oh,
and prediction.
because Panda's subbing for Bob. So yeah. Sorry. I was thinking Panda was subbing on Log, and I was like, why would they not give it to Stewart? It says
Oh,
Launcher.
yeah.
But- Gotcha. Other team. So yes.
And a Kale on the side of Bob. Okay. So a lot of AP damage on the side of Bob. That's really going to give Aphelios a way to shine. So now we have all of our picks locked in for Game 2. We're going to hop into that in-client champ select. Get this ball a-rolling. I am surprised to see no real change in the bot lane. No ban on the Thresh, but now we see a Braum picked up by B.O.B. Bob. We still have the Senna Leona on Blog. Nothing touched there. I don't know if it's a respect thing or they just feel like they have other priorities in terms of their pick ban that they want to focus on. Okay, I'm double checking the straw poll from the MVP Game 1. I think we are still at a tie. 2 votes to the real JLP, 2 votes to Jirachi. Will your vote be the swing vote? It very well could be. Let us know in the chat. Vote on
All
that
votes
straw
are swing
poll.
votes
Let's
if
get
no
a
one votes.
clear... Right? Every vote's a swing vote in a noose. Whoa, that got dark. In fact, Heidi would want you to vote. That's what we're really trying to say here is vote for Heidi if no one else.
If nothing else, but... It's nice to be back in a semi-swing state. I went to college in Iowa where my opinion really mattered, and then I went to grad school in Indiana where it did not. So it's nice to be back somewhere that actually flips. I'm in Michigan now, and
Yeah.
that actually means something. It was also nice being in Iowa because being such a massive swing state, being a college student, you're part of this massive voting block in the most important swing state.
Yeah.
And so you just get catered to like crazy. It's awesome. I got to see so I had like fiber speed internet basically in my dorm. And like Obama came to the town where I went to college while I was in college to give a speech about why like that company was doing internet better than anyone else and why the whole country should follow their lead and like treat internet as a public utility. So yeah, I got to like see Obama talk about how fast my internet was. It was wild. It was a genuinely fascinating day.
Well, looks like we got some more votes in. 5 votes now for the real JLP. I think we'll call it there. I think that's as good as we're gonna get for a lead. Real JLP doing work on that Jarvan the Fourth.
Yeah, ADCs can't win MVP.
That is true. That is true. You know.
I still will die on the hill that Jabberwock should have won if BRB won, but in the absence of a BRB win, I think Jarvan is a fairly reasonable MVP choice. He put in work, didn't give up when they were behind.
Real JLP stuffed the ballot box. You know, if
Yeah,
that's the way he
to.
has to win, that's unfortunate for him.
Yeah. Yeah. This will really only reflect on his character.
Yeah. We'll grill him in the after interview. Yeah. Got him. A win is a win.
Win's a win, boys.
Now we're seeing double teleport from both teams. Diana electing for teleport over Ignite. It's an interesting pick. So I personally don't think that the lack of teleport on Diana was really a detriment to Bob's team. Heidi's begging for more treats. Hi.
Only 12 more seconds. We're so close.
12 more seconds to 3 minutes. Am I right?
Yeah.
And now Braum switching over to Ignite. Interesting, interesting. I like to see the progression game 1 to game 2. A little bit of a change up, more standard summoner spells across the board. You know, it really is, it depends on who you're going up against. Actually, looking at their comp now, I feel like the Exhaust would be very good against the Olaf ganks early and would shut him out from a solid gank on your lane, more so than a Braum would normally.
Yeah, that's very reasonable.
I wish there was some sort of like small mini game or something in this
gotta be something.
spectator delay.
If I was streaming, I would just play Smiderino.
Yeah.
So, my I know I've mentioned it in chat a few times, but I don't think I've been in chat with you. My shrimp. I'm actually gonna yell at my girlfriend real quick. Sarah, come here. It's
That was a
super
lot.
worth it, I promise.
That was a lot safer yell at my girlfriend than I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna have to call
All of
someone.
the baby shrimps are on the wall,
Oh
so you
my
can see
God.
all of them at once, and it's the best thing in the whole world. One of my shrimps had
Excuse
bibbies.
me, bitch.
Look how many there are.
No,
They're all so tiny.
though.
One of my shrimp in my fish tank had bibbies, and there's like, all of them are out and on the wall right now.
Yeah.
Because there's like one wall of the tank that's really hard to reach with the scraper, so it gets a little more algae on it. And the shrimps like to eat the algae.
Yeah.
And there's like 12 babies, and so like the whole wall of the tank is just covered in. Like,
just like
They
baby
can't
shrimp.
even be like a centimeter long. Like they're
Yeah.
so tiny. They're so freaking
It's awesome.
cute. I love all of them. Now, the problem is that this particular kind of shrimp gets fairly large when they're fully grown. and it's a small tank. So while their bio load is negligible, and they're not gonna be a big deal in terms of like ammonia spiking the tank, or like it's not like dangerous for the fish to have that many shrimp in there.
Yeah.
It is gonna look kind of crowded with that many of those shrimp in there.
I mean, how big do they grow as like big shrimp? Like, what's the size that they end up? Is that like the centimeter
like
still,
adults,
or
probably like 2 inches maybe?
oh, okay, those are pretty sizable boys.
Yeah, so like it's not a big deal. Their lifespan's pretty short, but my goal was just to get a couple shrimp to help clean up the tank and kind of fill out the aesthetic. And it looks like I'm gonna accidentally have like a shrimp breeding tank. So, oh well.
Whoops. Here we go.
Yeah, because there's a perfectly good chance that these babies will eventually lay more babies.
Bibbies.
It's hard not to say babies. Like, is it Frank?
Bibbies. I suppose.
The small square bibbies.
Bibbies.
The bibifrogs.
Bibifrog. It's a staple.
Every time. Almost without fail, every time I'm high, which is often, I can't stop laughing at just thinking about the way he says frogs.
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 So that was a victory for Blog. We'll get that number updated here. We're in the correct game. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Look at that. We'll do the old stop at 10 seconds.
This has been the Shrimpcast.
Shrimpcast. Symphonia Shrimpcast.
Symphonia Shrimpcast.
All new shrimp.
Shrimphonia.
All new Symphonia Shrimphonia. Shrimp. Everett Shrimp.
Shrimp Everett Mills.
Are you paused at 10?
No, I'm still loading in.
Oh,
my client always takes a hot second to get in on Spec Games.
Gosh. Just
only Spec
unsubscribe
Games.
already. Holy
No,
cow.
it's the worst. It's the worst.
You know, if I have any advice to Blog, I would say, or Bob, I would say, wait, no, this is wrong. We got Blog on blue side this time.
All right,
okay.
I'm in. You said pause at 10?
Yeah.
Cool,
Pause
I'm
at
there.
10. Okay, we're good to go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's party.
Team Foreskin mirror match indeed. Looks like everyone's doing just the standard 5-stack again. Flaying Panda just running down mid. Olaf Caesar.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Guy play Nivea. Excuse me. I think I'm genuinely surprised by the decision to put the Anivia on Guy and not on Stuart.
Yeah.
But I also trust that they know what they're doing. Mostly because Yorick did go well for them last game, so I do think there's a lot of merit to reusing something that's already worked. But it seems weird to get someone's best champion and put it on someone else.
Yeah, a lot of the times in PMA LCS, we see a lot of like people drafting for comfort, more so than team comps. And I agree with you. I think you could even send a Nivea top and then maybe have a more tank heavy or AD focused mid laner if you wanted, rather than necessarily sticking a Yorick in the side lane for the entire game. It did work for them last game, having that split pressure. But I think Anivia is just as good a split pusher as Yorick is.
Oh, yeah. Well, and Stuart loves to play late game Anivia. There are few things I think Stuart loves more in this world than getting a 400 farm 45-minute Anivia.
Mm-hmm. And pretty much the same kind of format as last game. Both teams kind of looking to do the exact same thing. Although Bob now has a bit more scaling in the Kale. I think that might suit them a little bit better than the Trundle. Braum instead of the Thresh, more of a front line to protect People diving. Big trades happening in the bot lane. We see an Ignite go down on Jabberwock from Mr. Matt.
Oh.
Good wall from Guy Fieri, blocking out Fleeing Panda from escaping, getting in some good autos.
Yeah, just a lot of early pressure from every lane. It seems like everyone's willing to be pretty gritty.
Yeah, I think Blog is in. Oh, big Zenith Blade from Mr. Matt. A good root coming down from Jirachi. Directed camera taking us to the noodle fight in the top lane. Ganrian taking tons of damage from that minion wave. Biscuit Hat missing the Q. Ganrian flashing Biscuit, killing with the tantrum. First blood goes to Bob.
Yeah, flash for the kill. You know, it always feels bad to miss your Q and F to flash, but when you take their flash in the process, you can't complain too much.
Yeah, trading jungle flash for top flash is pretty good on the side of Bob. And Ganrian teleporting quickly back to top lane to resume farming. Biscuit Hat, interestingly enough, going after the real JLP and then backing off completely. He is full health. Real JLP is not full health at all. Just kind of scared to take the jump, I guess. Coming back for the regank at the top lane. Lands the Q this time. Real JLP coming to help with some wonderful axe damage. A little bit too low of health.
To be careful, yeah.
Dies to OG Juice Man's autos. Biscuit Hat getting out alive. Ganrian taking ridiculous damage in the process. Really good choice to regank there by Biscuit.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing... I subbed for 2 games last night, and game 1 we had a very similar thing where we were very behind early and then came back. And then game 2, we were behind early and kept telling ourselves, well, we've been here before, and then we got stopped. So
yeah,
it really is anyone's game at this point. You know, I mean, we have seen Log come back from an early gold disadvantage. We know they can do it. But I've also seen plenty of PMA LCS games where you think that's going to happen game 2, and it just never comes back. So...
yeah,
despite this early pressure, I think it's a toss-up.
If they keep this momentum and use it to push objectives every time, like here, they've got that top pressure, so now Mumu can spend some time in the bot lane with that first Infernal up. Hopefully set up a nice Dragon. They have bot priority. Should be able to put some pressure on Dragon. Senna does have a lead in CS, though.
Oh, just missed the Leona hook from Matt there.
A good freeze on Jirachi's behalf. Not too much happening on the map. Just everyone kind of politely farming.
Just lanes.
Yeah. Olaf shadowing bot lane. Equal vision on Dragon. Olaf could actually jump the pit with a blast cone and take that Dragon without a Mumu seeing him.
Yeah,
if he's smart enough. He can run those axes along the back wall and still hit Dragon.
Yeah, he's pinging that vision,
diamond strats for you.
Yeah, he's pinging danger on it. Oh well.
Olaf shadowing mid, not too much to be found there, so he goes back to farming jungle.
Yeah, I mean JLP being safe there because he does have a level disadvantage. He doesn't know where Mumu is, so I see the reasons that he was hesitant to be aggressive there, but I also think jumping over pit there could have been a big play. So, you know, no risk, no reward, but
yeah,
also
it
no
seems
risk.
like staying even is definitely what Blog wants for this game. Similar to last game, as long as they stay even, that Senna is going to spike. And Aphelios is great, but he does fall off in the mid game.
I forgot to say something earlier, but shout out to Biscuit Hat for doing my very favorite thing and getting the really early sweeper. I pretty much every game of solo queue. It's so nice for early ganks.
Definitely has paid off for them with that 6 vision score.
Yeah. It just paid off again. He just found another word with it.
Yeah.
Now
Going to
possibly a
secure
whole
that
dragon.
first Infernal if they can. No
He has
vision on
lost
the
his
side
smite
of Blog.
advantage, so Olaf does have a chance to steal if he gets in, but it looks like he's not going to get there in time. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, it would be a blind smite for Olaf. We see all summoners back at the bot lane.
We're seeing a very similar thing to last game, where this gold advantage is not really that steep because of farm. Every lane currently leading in farm. As I
Mr.
say
Matt
that,
with a big
Amumu takes a
Zenith Blade
camp,
in the
so
bot
now
lane.
Amumu has more farm. But everybody else
Yeah.
leading in farm for log. So despite the kill advantage, it's actually fairly close in terms of gold.
Mm-hmm.
Your daily PSA that farm is good.
An early executioner's calling from Kale. Smart move to negate that healing on the Yorick.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Pretty risky move to just start it off like that with two long swords and X calling, but suppose whatever it takes to maintain and build that advantage on Kale in the top lane.
Yeah, and I think Juice has a good reason to feel a little willing to be aggressive. I mean, he is up a kill and an assist.
Mr.
On
Matt
his
with a stun
lane.
on Braum, looking for a trade. Braum going in with the stun on Jirachi. We see the ultimate come down for Braum. Ultimate come down from Leona. Mr. Matt jumping in with the Zenith Blade Ignite onto Aphelios. Aphelios whiffing the ultimate. Fleeing Panda coming in with the Moonlight Ultimate. Will he get Jirachi? Flash from Jabberwock secures the kill. Very smart play there.
Really good by Anna. I think the flash was a little
Biscuit
preemptive.
Hat with the ultimate Q on to Real JLP. Second secured kill. Biscuit being way more aggressive game 2. And everyone's back to farming. Oh,
Back to farming. Amumu's starting to take a really decisive lead over JLP, though. And I think that is a story to look out for this game. I mean, on Jarvan last game, he was obviously very decisive. He ended up MVP.
Amumu. Escaping that kitty cat death chamber.
Yeah, you know, I give up 150 gold for that. For sure. Especially not to someone who's already 20 CS ahead. A shutdown kill could make him start to snowball.
Big plays by Fleeing Panda. Tons of damage coming down on Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri still has egg available. Trades amazing damage back onto Fleeing Panda, who secures the egg resurrect. Real JLP picking up the kill mid lane.
Yeah, and that was just a solid call by Guy, knowing that his team was starting to rotate, knowing where the vision was, and knowing that he could be a little, what looked like unnecessary aggression, to keep Diana in long enough to secure a kill. Sure, they popped his egg, but egg's not a kill. You don't get gold for egg.
You don't get gold for egg. That is true.
Now, I guarantee in their team chat right now, they're like, oh, no big deal, we got egg, it was a trade. But it's not. As someone who has said that out loud many times, it's a lie you tell yourself.
Kale and Amumu locking down the Yorick. Tons of damage. Kale ultimate flashes in to secure the kill on Ganwian. Things are starting to look pretty bad for Blog. They're going to need to stop these losses sometime soon. Big Zenith Blade double ultimate play secures the kill on Pimp Monkey. Guy Fieri trapping Fleeing Panda. Fleeing Panda escapes.
Oh, excuse me. I really liked that kill ult top during that fight. I was thinking at first it was a little preemptive because I don't think she would have needed it, but I think it was a really good call to just recognize that, like, Yorick's ahead in farm. If he gets the kill here, it could turn into something dangerous. So burn your ult. You know, sure, you might not need it, but why not just secure it, make sure he doesn't get a kill, put
Yeah,
yourself in as safe a
it's an
position as
interesting
possible.
play to make. I agree. I think I know me personally, I would go for the save the ult, have Amumu clean up the kill, and shove turret together. Maybe get 2 to 3 plates off of that, or Rift Herald. A lot of potential on objectives, but you know, you can't BM the flash ult play to get the kill. Huge Amumu ultimate coming down. Leona ultimate stunning the Amumu. Leo falls to Amumu. Biscuit Hat is just doing work. Zone stopwatches. Saves the fight. Kale
Yeah,
picks
and
up
this
another.
kill's starting to get massive, and I think
Yeah.
honestly that was just pretty poorly played on Log's part. Going in 2v5 against that fight in the first place was risky, but Leona did a good job disengaging, pushing them out, getting them where they need to be. Not really sure why JLP ran in afterwards for it. I just think it was a overstep. Maybe his camera was somewhere else and he was just following calls. Whatever it was definitely a little greedy for the situation.
Excellent route by Jirachi. Getting some damage onto Braum. Pimp Monkey collecting souls. Turret plating has fallen.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Bob right now just wants to, or sorry, Log. Excuse me, Log right now just wants to play slower. You know, taking things like that fight around Dragon and trying to run in 2 at a time and then kind of a third one later. You're forcing fights that you just can't win in the position you're in, and I definitely think their game plan here is to play safer, play back, take advantage of the fact that they know they're better at farming. You know, just across the board, they've been ahead in farm both games. They know they're better at farm
Yeah, and it
so
could
far.
be a comp thing too, where Mr. Matt is doing a lot of engage plays, where maybe they just need to do more disengage. Mr. Matt is probably their only disengage other than a Nivea wall or a Senna route. Olaf doesn't really provide anything for that team comp.
Yeah.
So if Olaf isn't getting kills, if Olaf isn't power farming and taking objectives, that's a huge weak point for their team comp.
Yeah, absolutely. And Stuart did a phenomenal job up there of poking out the Kale. Bummer he didn't get the kill in the shutdown, but did a great job of, like I was saying, slowly just poking her back, forcing her to move away, taking farm, playing safe. You know, a slow
Huge
game is what
Leona,
they
a
need.
double ultimate coming down. Aphelios ulting back. Pimp Monkey taking tons of damage. Flashes away. Senna secures the kill with
Really
an
good-
ultimate.
good ult.
Braum flashing away, getting a Dark Harvest stack to Senna. Senna healing up the Olaf, who is unstoppable. Smites Jabberwock for the kill.
You
That
love
is
that.
exactly the pressure play that Blog needed to execute.
Mm-hmm.
They're pinging the turret. They need to take that turret as 3.
And
Get
that was
that
incredibly,
first turret secured.
incredibly high risk. I mean, I'll still stand on my hill that slow was the safer way to come back into this game, but you know, high risk, high reward again, and JLP made that one count, and all of a sudden the gold is leading in favor of Log.
Yeah, we'll have to ask in the end interview whose call was that play. The
Yeah,
Olaf
it was-
kill on the
it was a good
bot
one.
lane. See Shelly taking her first charge at the top lane. I don't think we'll see a second Shelly this game with how late she was taken.
All hail Shelly.
All hail Shelly.
We love her.
Shellopotamus.
Shelphonia.
Shellphonians. It's our new group of exclusively shell-based animals and
It's
creatures.
shell only.
Yeah.
Yeah, shrimp have shells, kind of. Good
On a
enough for me.
Mumu ult locking down Mr. Matt and Guy Fieri a bit too late. Jirachi sending the route, trying to get some sort of action. We have 4 mid from Bob. A lot of pressure and only 3 defending with no ultimates.
Honestly, it sucks dying there, but good on Guy turning that into only 1 death. You know, there's every opportunity for that to be 2 deaths into a hard shove, kill the turret, and instead it was just the Anivia goes down. starting to set up around Dragon. It's up in 41, which does mean JLP will be there in plenty of time.
And we see a turret trade from teams now equal in gold. A lot has happened.
It has been a journey.
Yeah, boy, did we get there. Olaf looking to make a play mid. Mr. Matt locking down Amumu, catching out Biscuit Hat. The 4-stack pushing mid as Ganwian rotates to the bot lane. Dragon is still up. Blog is looking for the play on their first dragon, just like last game. 2 drags for the enemy, and then we'll take some ourselves. I think that was the case. I don't know. I'm casting too many games. It all blends together.
It all just starts blending together. But yeah, I mean, we're seeing now exactly what we saw last game. All of a sudden, around the 17-minute mark, Blog starts to make some good plays, starts to push back, use their farm advantage. All of a sudden, they take a dragon.
And Senna is only about 400 gold away from completing that second item. We saw the Duskblade of Drakthar spike last game. Big ultimate coming down from Leona and Senna. Lots of damage in a line. Kale ultimate protecting the Braum. Amumu running forward, looking for the potential for the ultimate. Runs away, loses most of his health bar for free. Blows the ultimate a little bit too late. Guy Fieri looking to kill Amumu with the ultimate.
I think that was really, really well played by Blog. I mean, you saw them start to lose the fight right at the beginning there, and you could just see the exact moment every one of them was like, okay, we need to back out, relax for a second, and re-engage when we have better positioning. And they did, and turned what was almost a team kill into a 1-for-1. I mean, it was just slow, clean play. Oh, I was going to say, though, I think one big benefit last game for them coming back was the Ocean Soul. Getting 3 Ocean Drakes in a row is ridiculous. That soul is the most powerful in the game and was very good for their team comp. I'm waiting to see if this turns into a real fight. Okay. Well, I think Mountain Soul is still good, of course. I don't think it has as much carry potential and as much synergy with their team comp as Ocean did last game. So I don't think that will be as huge of a factor to help them carry their way back.
See more 1-3-1 pressure in the mid lane. A teleport coming down from Diana. Wanted to get mid fast. See some pings happening mid. Kale rotates towards the mid lane. Mr. Matt looking for a play. Has ultimate ready. Jabberwock running forward. Looking to do the same. A disengage flash from Guy Fieri. Healing coming through from Jirachi. Jirachi has hit that 2-item spike with a full Manamune completed.
Yeah, and I mean, I get that disengage. You know, there's worlds where that fight went really well. But it also had plenty of potential to go very poorly, and I like Blog playing back, playing slow, and playing safe. You know, when you finally get yourself back to tie gold, the last thing you want to do is throw it away in a team fight.
Yeah, with the Yorick in the side lane, this is exactly what Blog wants. Bob needs to figure out who they're going to send to fight that Yorick in the bot lane. Is it going to be the 502 Kale, or do they keep her in there for the team fights? Maybe send Diana down there to respond. just because I'm curious. We have Senna sitting at 7 Dark Harvest stacks, 58 souls collected so far.
And I think Amumu is an interesting and honestly dangerous choice right now with 45 seconds left until Dragon's up.
Looks for the flash play.
Oh, the flash. Poor baby.
On the teleport.
So again, with 45 seconds up till Dragon, the last thing you want is your Amumu blowing Smite or blowing Flash or dying going in a side lane. So I think that was a bit of a weird choice to counter there. Honestly, I would have liked to see the Kayle go for it. She's so ahead. She has every chance to just go, like, make something happen. And I recognize she's very good at team
JLP,
fights.
Mr. Matt looking for the fight on the Kayle. Amumu taking the bandage in, ults Mr. Matt, sorry, JLP, and destroys him. Couldn't tell with the spoopy ghosts all over him. Really good pick to take down the jungler if you're pressuring for Baron. They have full vision of Baron.
Yeah, it looks like they're pinging onto Dragon, which I think is a pretty solid call.
See a good pick on the Diana from Jirachi. Good lockdown from Mr. Matt. Mr. Matt looking for the Zenith Blade. Does not land it. They're going to continue the dragon, trying to keep Biscuit Hat on the fringe. They secure the dragon. Second dragon for Blog. Locking down a Leona ult on Biscuit Hat. Trading support for jungle. Anivia in egg form. Jirachi mopping up the field. Getting more Dark Harvest stacks as we speak. Hunting the Braum. Chasing the Braum. Look mid, folks. The turret's almost dead.
There was a second there where I really thought Jirachi was going to save a Nivea egg. I was hyping it.
I was hoping for that as well.
Either way, a very good play by Jirachi. And a very unexpected and great call from the team as a whole. You know, with your jungler down, you don't expect them to make that risky dragon call, but they knew where they had pressure. They knew where everybody was on the map, and it worked out. Good for them.
Yeah. And secures that middle turret. That's going to be Baron pressure.
So much downtime as they just respectfully farm. There's been so much of that
Yeah.
this game. Juice Man doesn't want to be respectful anymore.
I mean, it's very tough if you look at the comps that we have available. Kayle really just wants to wait it out until she's 4 items. Senna needs to be at least 2 items deep before anything happens. Anivia is not going to make any early game plays as well, so it's really up to like Diana and Aphelios to make those power plays, and they just did not get ahead. Big bandage coming in from Biscuit Hat and an Amumu ulti. We see a Kayle ulti going down, looking to pick the Yorick. They want to stop the split push, and they do. Guy Fieri running away. No egg for Guy Fieri if he gets locked down, which he does. Biscuit Hat with a big Q. But Blog is here to fight Jirachi, peeling away from the team fight. Tons of damage onto the Kayle. Those Dark Harvest stacks really adding up for Jirachi. Triple kill. Well played. We got a ping coming down from the team saying, hey, top lane needs to go. Let's pressure this. My money would be to run mid. You have 25 seconds for the team to be down.
Super
You can shove that wave in, get that turret, but I guess a turret is a turret. They might not have enough damage or time to take that mid.
Well, I think that's the kind of fight that just feels really, really disheartening if you're Bob. They played it well. They played that fight the way they wanted to. They took someone out early. They had a numbers advantage. They played it front to back. They did what they were expecting to do and then got stomped anyway, which I think is a twofold realization. One, Yorick is not who you want to focus down. And two, they only win fights if they can get onto the back line and kill a carry.
Mm-hmm.
But learning those lessons never feels good the first time. But it does look like they've learned the lesson. They are all pinging. Dragon's up in 45, so it looks like they're trying to set up, and the whole team is headed toward bot.
Yeah, honestly, BOB is in a position right now where they could possibly sneak a Baron. They have complete Baron vision control. Lots of damage coming down from Kayle. Kayle is not quite to hit the level 16 spike, but she's working on it. Double flash from Amumu, and double ultimate coming from Diana and Amumu. Jirachi stop watching. Kayle ultimate shutting down with Diana. It is a complete clown fiesta. Who's going to die? Ace from Bob.
Wow.
What a change. They're going to go straight for that Baron. Diana looking to solo the dragon, possibly. Clear out some vision. Who knows what's happening?
Yeah, and now the question becomes, if you are a blog and you're in comms right now, you start to ask each other, okay, what went wrong? How do we avoid doing that again? Because we're getting to the point where death timers are long and turrets are going to die. And you can't afford an ace like that. Neither side can at this point. So I think both teams need to really ask, how do we win fights? When do we take them? Because that ain't
there's the level 16 Kayle power spike. It's now fully upgraded attacks. AoE blasts. Tons of damage.
9-1. But the scary thing about this is, as much as Bob is ahead right now and playing very cleanly around it, one bad team fight with that many shutdowns puts Blog right back in front with a significant gold lead. So
yeah,
I like the position Bob is in, but they definitely need to play smart around it because, as we've seen a few times, it can turn on a dime. See, what I really, really want is Log to get the next dragon so we get the elusive next dragon is soul for anybody.
I honestly think the way that Blog pulls this off is they let the next dragon seed to Bob. They wait out the Baron, farm it up, seed the next dragon, and then make the play for Elder around a big fight. That could completely end the game, more so than Soul, I feel. But honestly, with the way that Bob has been playing this game versus game 1, they're looking to close out way sooner than that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think now that Kayle's hit her power spike, and especially being 9-1 going into that power spike, they're happy to force it. Especially if Kayle's there in a fight. I was saying earlier before I got interrupted, I recognize Kayle's really good in team fights, but she was the only one who had split potential. But I think as, Diana's getting bigger, Amumu's getting bigger, they do have other split pushers now. And there's not objectives on the map, so I'm actually surprised to see the Kayle split push right now, because she's just so freaking good in team fights.
I agree. Play around your carries.
Yeah, especially when your carry can ult someone to keep them alive. When your carry is secretly a support. Bring back Kayle support 2K20.
And I see a lot of smart items on the side of Bob as well. Two Executioner's Calling. I keep calling it Avarice Blade. And then Stopwatch on Kayle as well.
Always Avarice Blade in our heart.
Yeah. Big Amumu ult and a Kayle ult, keeping Amumu alive. Mr. Matt ulting the backline, jumping straight onto Pimp Monkey That's good eyes for the backline, but it's not going to be enough. Double kill for Aphelios. Jirachi taking tons of damage. Still has a Guardian Angel protecting them. Ganwian looking to trade some damage as well as the middle inhibitor falls. This is a dangerous fight. Jirachi in the backline healing up Ganwian. Not enough to keep him alive. Will he get the kill on Braum? They will. Jirachi getting dove with a flash from Pimp Monkey. The GA keeping him alive. Destroyed by Pimp Monkey. They got 4 people dead, but it looks like they were peeling off a little bit. Meeting the wave again, seeing if they can take those inner turrets. Those death timers are expiring. It could very well turn into a bad fight. We're losing ultimates left and right. Mr. Matt going down to Fleeing Panda. Real JLP backlining the OG Juice Man. Another Kale ulti keeping him alive. 11-1 Kale with 10 assists. This could be the game. We see a GG come down from the team. 1-1 Bob versus Blog.
Games. Lots of back and forth, lots of smart plays. You know, there was a point at that game where it really, really looked like Blog had it, and like they were just going to run away with it. And immediately, Bob said, "Why did we lose that team fight? How do we fix it?" And went into the next team fight ready to go and aced. And that awareness is invaluable.
Yeah, that late damage scaling on Kale was impressive. They didn't do anything to shut it down. I mean, how could you? The Olaf is a very tough pick into a Kale. Just trying to get onto the Kale. Essentially, their ults cancel each other out, where Kale will win the Outlast fight as long as Kale has some form of gold advantage over the Olaf. But wow. Braum almost out damaging the Olaf. It's just a 500 damage difference. Holy moly. Well, we are going to put up the straw poll for game 2. Let us know who you think was our MVP. We have Biscuit Hat in the jungle, Pimp Monkey in the bot lane, OG Juice Man in the top, Jabberwock on support, Fleeing Panda. Keegan, give me your 2 cents. Who do you think was the MVP and why? Game 2.
MVP game 2. I feel like Juice Man is a fairly obvious choice, just because the hard carry, and especially being behind in lane early. It's easy to get behind in your lane and start making dumb decisions and kind of get a little on tilt and a little nervous. But he just kept playing fights slow and smart. Played safe while he could, waited for that power spike, and then pushed every power spike at the right time, and ended up 11-1. You know,
I feel that, yeah.
He just played it clean.
There is the link in the chat for your MVP. I personally would have to give it to Biscuit Hat just for getting OG Juice Man rolling, and setting up some of those fights. Obviously, it seemed like it was very much a concerted team effort in every fight where, you know, what is a fight continuing without OG Juice Man's ultimate keeping someone alive? What is a fight starting without Biscuit Hat jumping in and bandaging someone, ulting? I mean, obviously, Jabberwock is in the back line. We saw that great flash play at the bot lane, securing that kill. And just as a reminder, Game 1 MVP was the real JLP.
The realist JLP.
The realist. Right now we have 3
JLPs.
votes for OG Juice Man. OP Juice Man, I'm sensing a name change in his future.
He was a little OP.
Yeah, he got a little strong there. I'm not going to lie. We're going to give it a couple more seconds here, so we don't want to go too long this evening. Get your votes in. Your vote counts. You can see the results on screen, so you know it counts. Okay, OG Juice Man Real JLP, team captains, get on up to player of the game 1. We got questions for you. Or at least I do. Maybe chat does. Maybe Keegan does. We'll see. Are they here? Are they coming? Are they alive?
No.
I know they said they had stuff going on in the morning.
They might be powwowing. And a lot of teams like to make sure they get a little conversation at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still see people in there. Yeah, they're still in their chats. Oh. Who are we waiting on?
OG
JLP.
Juice Man and the real JLP. Or any team representative they want to send up here as well.
Yeah, I think JLP got off, but Juice is just chilling in team chat. So they'll be here.
That's all right.
Here.
Well, Chad, if you have any questions for us.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going, Riley?
I'm not Max. I'm also not Juice Man, but I'm here.
That's okay.
We'll take it.
We'll appreciate your candor and your responses to our questions as well.
Even when they're, I think, streams offline and...
Hey, Juice Man.
Hey.
Hi,
Stream's
Joe.
not offline. I'm watching it right now.
No, when I think the stream's offline and I hop in,
Oh.
I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
hey. Blah, blah, blah. Oh,
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Nah,
okay.
you're wonderful.
Nah. This is intentional.
Yeah.
I'm just here since Max is offline, I guess.
Oh, it's
I
all
don't think
good.
he realized he got MVP.
F.
Yeah, big sad. Well, I guess we will direct the first question to Jirachi from Game 1. So, Game 1, you guys had a pretty strong lead in the late game. What would you guys credit to that turning point in the game? What did you feel like was your method to getting to that late game?
We pretty much just hard committed to that 131 and also and not just that, we were winning. It was pretty much just winning side lanes and both. It wasn't even really a 131 because there was the one fight bot with I think it was Jonesy against the Echo, and it's just a 1v1. All of a sudden, Senna ult comes in, the Redemption comes in, and that's basically a 3v1. So, just winning the side lanes that way, and then that leading to us destroying the base. That's pretty much what cracked the game open.
For sure. That was a ton of pressure that Yorick laid down. That was insane to see that.
Senna ult plus Redemption. I love it. we were joking, yeah, it's everything's a 3v1, even when you think it's a 1v1.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, Juice Man. So going into Game 2, you guys are kind of on the back foot there. I saw you guys kind of adjust your comp. Also, there were some adjustments in the bans as well. What was kind of your strategy going into Game 2 that you felt really played into your victory?
So our coach daddy, the Jabberman Kurtz,
I love that.
he as soon as we were done and he was able to hop back in comms, he's like that stern father that's like, boys, none of you built a Grievous Wounds. None of you. And we were like, oh shit. Senna, Yorick, Echo, and 0 heal cut. 0. And we were like, okay, we're going to learn from our mistakes. And I even may have first item built the Executioner's Calling because my item buy was that. Yeah, we went with the
Yeah, we definitely commented on that. We were bold to go for the Executioners first, but honestly, good for him.
I just wanted to survive and not let him heal too much.
That's kind of what we said, is at this point, you're not trying to overrun that lane, you're trying to live that lane.
And I didn't have it was either go ahead and get that for 800 or I'm getting long swords towards my cutlass, because I'm gonna get Gunblade first, so it's okay.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's about all the questions I really have. Do we have any questions in chat before we call it? I know it's getting pretty late. Or I suppose Keegan, hey, welcome. Do you have any
Well, yeah.
questions?
I mean, did we ask about that play we said we were going to ask about?
Yeah. Okay. So, real JLP ganked in the bot lane in game 2. Was that like very coordinated? It was like a 3v2 play where you guys caught out the Braum like so well.
That was no.
Okay.
We were running back to lane, and I was like, "Yo, Matt, let's go." And then I looked at the mini map, saw Max was also there. Yo, Max, let's go.
Because that looked so well set up. Like
That was not
the
that
bamboozle
was
was real.
intentional. He just
Yeah.
he
Well,
just
because
happened to be
honestly,
there.
that play was a huge part of turning the game.
We also I
It-
realized in game 2 I can just use E and like Leona and I can both roam. And so like we like disappeared for hot sec and cleared some vision, and I guess we bamboozled Kevin and Evan and just showed back up. So yeah.
Yeah, very good play, guys. I mean,
I love
that was a
Senna.
blast to watch both matches.
you
to see.
clearly love Senna. How could you not?
I'm surprised they didn't ban Senna in the game too. Like you were
I
so
know,
strong
like, no
game
one's
1.
watching. I know like no one's watching, so I don't care about saying just ban Senna against me. Ban my fucking Senna.
Well, I think it's a very real consideration, especially with how well you guys play with the front to back. It's definitely a contender this season. You know, ban Senna, ban Jirachi Senna.
Yeah.
Alternatively, give me Senna so I can just stop.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
The problem is, how many champs are we gonna get on that list?
Oof.
Oh, just
Yeah.
ban Jirachi's Jinx. Just ban Jirachi's Caitlyn. Just ban Jirachi's.
How
How many things get on that list before we just
many
ban
more?
Jirachi?
How many more do I have in my pocket? I have. Ooh, this is actually a thing I need to look up. I have at least two more in my pocket. I think could be ban worthy. I'm not gonna say what they are because I'm not a dumbass, but like.
Yeah. Just release it on stream. You know.
So it's Draven.
Draven.
No, it's not.
I was gonna say Draven's getting buffed. Ooh, that'd be something to keep under the table.
My secret is actually Set EDC.
Ew.
Actually, now that I say that.
Ew. Oh my
wait,
gosh.
Azir. Azir is a super strong TFT carry. How bad can he be in bot lane?
Pretty bad. Well, that's all we got for the stream tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you back, I think, on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. There's another match coming up soon. Check out the page for more details, and we'll see you next time.
Our next match is Sunday at 7:30 p.m. EST.
Oh, excellent.
I
Yeah.
always the spreadsheet is permanently open on my computer, so 'cause,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Well,
That's
bye.
reasonable.